Hi, I'm Jabril Asif.
And I'm Reni Paskaleva, and we're presenting to you a digital platform for revolutionizing extracurricular education.
The global education crisis needs to be addressed. Lack of education is one of the main causes for poverty, inequality, political and economic instability, and many of the other most pressing problems facing humanity. This may not be the most neglected issue. However, most funding in the area currently goes to primary and secondary schooling. This means that there are little to no funding for extracurricular learning, the presence of which would self sufficiently solve the education crisis. This problem is important because it directly impacts employability and the likelihood of generational poverty. It's neglected because the majority of current funding is directed toward primary schooling, and many students have little to no access to extracurricular education. Additionally, it's tractable because we cyclically input resources for extracurricular education through a new and innovative Robin Hood model.
So, how can we provide free and accessible extracurricular education to every student worldwide? Through a self sustaining educational platform containing videos, articles, quizzes, and projects in various extracurricular fields, we sell licensing to developed schools and reinvest resources for underdeveloped ones.
We use a Robin Hood business model to reinvest our resources and only ask well funded schools to pay for licenses. First, we outreach to developed schools and then prepare a unique licensing plan which enables us to obtain funding from them and offer free licenses to new schools. We offer free licensing to as many underdeveloped schools as possible, and by doing this, we increase reputability. An increased reputation enables us to reach more schools, and we become a self sustaining platform that directly offers quality extracurricular education without the need for immense donations.
In the short term, 1 year, the predicted content creation cost is $8,000 since our goal is for all of the educational content to be ready and available on our platform by then. The projected total amount for web hosting is $18,144, calculated by multiplying the average hosting costs with our intended amount of schools. For the first year, we estimate revenue of $80,000 by selling to 20 schools. If this plan is fulfilled, we are able to provide the platform to an estimated 30 schools for free. By the end of the first year, we aim to offer extracurricular education content to 60,000 students around the world. In the long term, 5 years, we do not need to pay for additional content creation. After taking into account streaming costs, storage overhead, and web hosting fees, we predict an annual cost of $1.5696 million. We predict $2.8 million in annual revenue by then. If these estimates are met, we can offer extracurricular education content to 232 schools for free, and around 638,400 students would have access to our platform.
To ensure our solution is relevant to educators and students, we directly reached out to over 60 schools and county board representatives. Our outreach consisted of contacting the county, emailing schools, and meeting principals to discuss interest, as well as discussing early testing. We also emailed teachers and professionals for the educational content creation to make sure that it was relevant. We also emailed nonprofits and institutions for feedback and potential future collaborations in the field. During this process, we gained a lot of insightful feedback and revised our project idea numerous times.
Using Node.js, Express, and MongoDB for the backend, and EJS, Tailwind CSS, and vanilla JavaScript for the frontend, we build the application. For content storage, we use Cloudinary, and for optimized video streaming, we set up an AWS CloudFront. The features we implemented include admin and student authentication, dashboard access, quest uploads, editing and management, student rostering, report creation, progress tracking, aggregated insights, parallel processing for videos, project submission, quiz uploads, and AI quest personalization. All of these features enable students and educators to have a seamless experience when utilizing the platform.
To measure our impact, we've broken it down into a three-section timeline. So far, we have achieved our goals of developing our MVP, reaching out to schools, meeting with representatives, and beginning our content development. Within 1 year, we aim to create 500 unique quests, onboard 20 paying schools, and generate $80,000 in revenue. With this large amount of funds, we aim to cover 30 extra schools' licensings and offer extracurricular learning access to over 60,000 students. Speaking longer term, such as 5 years, we're targeting to onboard 300 paying schools and generate $2.8 million in revenue per year. This should cover 232 extra schools using funds, which means a total impact of 638,400 students gaining access to extracurricular education per year at no personal cost, and that number only growing exponentially.